All right. So what's up? How is everybody? I hope all is well. So today, I was very interested into looking into the case of Shanquella Robinson. And so first thing that kept coming to me even before was the name Marcus. So I feel like that's very significant. All right. So what it seems like is that life and business had been going well, and she had recently struck a business deal, a very significant opportunity. And so a lot of people didn't think that the accomplishment and the deal that she struck, the financial deal, was going to go through. They were very surprised. And particularly her closest friends were very envious because they had felt like over time she had become unreachable. Yeah. And I felt like she just kind of wrote it off. It seems like her friends very much took advantage of how trusting and nurturing she was. And there's a female friend in particular who was very intentional in kind of keeping Shanquella locked into this relationship. Is this the girl who you got into a fight with? No, it's another girl. Mm, I think the girl, there's something significant about like the difference is between the girls are in the skin tone. I think the lightest one is the one who was the one that was very pivotal on keeping her kind of trapped into this friend group. But long story short, everything's good. Deal goes well. Deal passes. And so she's like, okay, let's celebrate. Let's go out. Let's have a good time. You know, we're going to make it happen. So I know that there were six people, and it seems like most of them did not have the money. Most of them were willing to go. Most of them wanted to go. However, most of them did not have the money. She definitely foot the bill or fronted most of the costs. But were they going to pay you back? Or they were supposed to pay her back. But a lot of them were kind of iffy. And so it seems like the whole time she kind of had this eerie feeling. There's a distinct uncomfortable situation that I noticed with her on the train. I mean, on the plane. It feels like she was very, like, kind of just like, something is not right. Okay, so definitely meet her online. Um, let's see. So what we're gonna do is let's see if we can get some insight as to what happened when she actually got there. Okay, so was there anything that happened leading up to? So what? So first, let's see what actually happened to you. Shanquella Robinson. Okay, let's actually. I'm gonna go ahead and pick these up. And we are going to use these. Okay, so let's see. So, what was your mood once you got off the airport? Because it seemed, I mean, off the airplane, it seems like, it seems like there's something that we need to talk about with that. Okay, so once you are off, feels like you're very, very isolated. It feels like, okay, so it kind of, the trip set in. She's trying to be excited about it. She still has this uneasy feeling, and it really kind of sets in that she's alone. But I believe that she either knew of some influencer or somebody kind of in, like, she didn't really know anybody there, but I feel like she like vaguely had like a strange acquaintance who's kind of out in the distance. But this is all through social media connected, but it wasn't gonna be someone that she really planned on seeing. But it was kind of like, well, if all worst comes to worst, maybe we can make something like that happen. Um, or was she thinking about using Instagram? Uh, oh, okay. So this is her trying to connect with maybe her supporters while she was down there. Okay. So, okay, worst comes to worst, she could connect with them. Because I think maybe um, they were aware that she was out there. Okay, so let's see what actually happened. So I feel like I just am being woken up from a sleep, and she feels very, very drowsy. Seems like she wasn't feeling well, and it just seems like this one girl keeps pushing on her and just like pushing on her, putting her hands on her, trying to pull her up out of the bed. Do you get out of the bed? You kind of slept over out the bed. Okay, so then you stand up, and then it's just a blur. Okay. Okay, well, that's enough of that. Let's pull on just the case itself. Okay, so will we find. Okay, so Who did it? Male or female? Male? Let's see. Well, okay, so it was multiple people. Out of the six people, because I know there's six. I'm seeing six or five. I want to say there's really five people who are truly involved. Um, is it truly five? Or who are like kind of prime suspects? Out of the five, who's guilty? What number is guilty? Hmm. Four in total, four guilty. But how many people had a hand in your death? So everyone kind of knew that there was going to be a physical altercation or something like that. Like there was most of them, five of them were aware. Four of them had a deeper understanding of the beef because there was a smaller friend group that kind of excluded her because they had already been communicating and kind of trashing her behind her back. And then out of those four, three of them had this like little tri-wide friendship, little trifecta, like little group where they really understood the very insidious nature where they talked about doing certain things. And honestly, it seems like they kind of planned on using other people as like an alibi. They definitely had this is a group collaborative effort. Are they going to be extradited to Mexico? Yes. Yes. Extradited. Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, yikes. You be trying not to make too much noise, but honestly, it's gonna have to give it up like that. I don't be trying to give it up like that, but you got to. You got to sometimes, you feel me? Okay, so let's look at the case currently. Because everything else, that was kind of a cool little intro, just kind of seeing what she was willing to share and what she was able to share and kind of connect and kind of give her take. So that's good. Cool. But now we're just looking at the case, focusing on the case. So, um, what questions do we guys have? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to see. Okay, perfect. So, what is taking so long? What is the holdup? Show us the obstacles that are in the way? Okay, so red tape, legal paperwork, of course. Seems like there's an issue with evidence. What's the issue with evidence? What's the issue with evidence? Let's see. What's going on with the evidence? It's a few things. So the department, the department, or this branch of the city, they're overworked. There's too much going on. There's a lot of other stuff going on in the region. It's not a cultural. Is it a priority? It is, but there's something political about this that's interrupting it. Who is this? I believe that honestly, the hotel that they're in, there's something nefarious going on at that hotel. There is a larger. There's something very nefarious that's not right at that hotel. It has a lot of darkness. Okay, so that's a lot. Yeah, that hotel, very sick. Very, very depraved. There's some very depraved things currently happening at the hotel. Um, but it seems like there's a lot of vested interests. But okay, so wow, there's so much happening everywhere with this reading. There's a lot. So let's look at how was the evidence cared for throughout this case? Do they have enough evidence to prosecute? Do they have enough evidence? It just seems like there's too much in the fucking way. Why is there so much in the way? Like, it just seems like this situation is seriously egregious, but it should not be this big. It's too many eyes on the whole thing, and that's what's slowing everything down. Hmm. Because since everything is so publicized, you have the people that they're trying to extradite being aware of what's going on. You have the people who are trying to cover up evidence being aware of what's going on. It's just too much information leaking out. It's making things hard to do, and it's so publicized. That's the issue. It feels like very, very limited action. Mm. And I wonder, what is the result of the influence of the black community's vocalization of how they feel like this is a racial issue in social media? Okay, let's see. Let's phrase that better. Because see, these aren't good questions. Okay. How has social media affected the trajectory of this case? Mm. So ultimately, social media made things worse. Social media made things worse. Yeah, because yes, we brought attention to something, but the overall outcome of it is not beneficial and not going to serve the overall cause. This is just such a complicated reading. I think this kind of. Okay, so we are back in action. So let's see. So they're going to get. Let's see. What other facts can we reveal about the case that would help? Let's see. Do you guys want to know some facts? Let's see. What can we? What's going on with it? First, let's see what's going on with the case. Why haven't anyone been charged specifically? So why is no one being charged? No one is being charged. What is the issue with paperwork? There's some issue with like some lost. There's a document that is this a lost document? It feels like there's a lost document that is very crucial. But it's like, what document could be so significant that you can't even. That's so crazy. Is there witchcraft going on with the situation? Or not witchcraft, there's just a lot of spiritual activity. To be very honest, there is a lot of energy. There is like a lot, like, witches are currently casting spells over this. There's a lot of people putting so much energy into this whole situation. Um, how, like, I would say there's like at least 3,000 people in the entire world who's doing some type of magic on this situation. Most of them are doing it for justice, but there are those who are not doing it for the right reason. Will these people get prosecuted and go to jail? Yes. Actually, no. they get off. They might be able to charge one, but it's gonna be on something unrelated or something related to the situation but not related to the case in terms of like directly contributing to her murder. It's really the hotel cleaning up all the evidence that really is what hinders. Or the hotel tampering with the evidence. And then there's something with footage. Where is the TV footage? Is there camera footage on the floors? So there are no floor cameras. I believe that they do have a camera at the front desk, but either they're not giving it up without a subpoena, and I think it might just be harder to get I think it's harder to get subpoenas in Mexico, and that's also what's holding it up. Hmm. So, will you get your justice, Shanquella? Let's see. Well, what's justice, huh? Will anyone take responsibility for your murder? They will. In a few decades. Or in a decade or two. Yeah, it seems like when they all hit their mid 30s, they would by 35, most of them would have like taken accountability. Wow. So let's check. It's really okay. Will people go to jail over the death of Shanquella Robinson? It feels like a no. It feels like this will be just another example of a vicious slaying of a beautiful young black soul with no reprieve. But on the bright side, she'll forever be remembered. She'll forever inspire. Mm. Yeah, someone's going to create a charity in her name, or someone's going to, within the next 5 years. The idea's in a few people's heads, but it just depends. But within the next 3 to 5 years, someone's going to create a donation fund and a foundation in her name. There's a high likelihood of it being from the family, but I'm more. The odds are not in their favor. It's more like someone from the outside. Let's see, is it somebody outside the family? Yeah, somebody outside the odds on the family, but it'll be recognized and appreciated by the family. But they're not gonna do all that. They are going to silently grieve and move on. Mm. How did Shanquella, are you at peace? She is in union. There's a older woman, a grandmother, who she's reunited with, and a great grandmother, and a male figure. I wonder if Shanquella's father has passed away. I believe she has lost a father. Yeah, and I believe that she says she lost a brother. But is this brother related to? No, this brother was not related to her. But she was a friend who she saw. She it was a friend who was buried. How was he killed? Through institutional violence. What was the institution? Sword. Knight. I want to say it's a gun. It was either a gun or it was a situation as a result of an involvement of a gun. Hmm. All right, well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys rocking with me, and you guys be easy, and you guys have a good night.